today we would like to present our project, which is called the Zero Carbon Smart House. Now, I would like to introduce my fellow team members, which are Nur Fezato binti Effendi as our data analyst, Azalia binti Abdul Qadir as our environmental expert, Adil Atif bin Abdul Hamid as our engineer, and last but definitely not least, myself, Nurin Badrisha binti Zazri, as the project manager. And we are UNO!
So, Nurin, why is our house called the Zero Carbon House?
Why, what a very good question, Adil. Our house is actually called the Zero Carbon Smart House because we designed a house that is environmentally friendly to produce zero carbon net emissions.
Our project have three main objectives, which are maximizing renewable energy, environmentally friendly materials, resilience and secure environment with IoT. In summary, the statement promotes a holistic approach that combines renewable energy, sustainable materials, and advanced technology to create a smart house that is environmentally responsible, secure, and resilient.
I have done some research on articles and the internet about the overlooked solution to carbon reduction. Reusable materials is quite high among the society. So, which means if the ideas of using reusable material can help with the mission of decreasing carbon.
As the engineer of the project, I contributed to the technical expertise to design the house with the smart systems. I also applied multiple engineering disciplines to create a detailed version of the smart technologies for the house.
I collected data from journals and newspapers. I also collected data from residential in Bandar Tiram.
As the project manager of this group, I managed the whole entire design of the house. I've also given my fellow teammates some advice on how to make the house a more suitable and more comfortable place for future generations.
As an environmental expert, I assess the ecological impact of the smart house design. Also, I've surfed the internet to look for more interesting details about research of people such as Dr. Wazim Razak on creating a carbon-ready generation.
8.3% of the respondents prefer to use renewable energy in generating electricity for their daily life. They also prefer to use more on solar energy.
Fizatul, why do they prefer to use solar panels?
It is because it's renewable, sustainable, and doesn't produce harmful emissions. Additionally, solar power can reduce dependence on non-renewable energy sources and lower electricity bills over time. So, for the second analysis, we analyzed on smart home technology. People prefer their house energy efficient feature, which are smart lighting, smart plugs, and smart AC system. So, we apply it to our house.
Next is the project prototype. The house is modeled using Tinkercad 3D with the concept of modular houses, which means you can customize the parts to the environment. The house is heavily inspired by a tree called the baobab tree from Africa, which also serves the same purpose as the house. Now, this is the front view of the model house. There is the entrance, which has the locking system, and beside it there is a garage that also has an electric car charger. And then there is the top view of the model house. The top view is the most noticeable feature is the solar panels, which actually contributed the most energy to the entire house. Now, this one is a special feature for the house. It's actually a water purification system which uses its own movement to create electricity and purify the water itself. Now, moving on to the project specification. Like I mentioned earlier, the house has internet, a very large internet coverage for them. That means everything in there can be connected to the internet. For example, we have the integration system. You can customize the plan, and then for the automatic system, I'll give the example is the blinds itself. The blinds will move on its own according to the sun movement. And lastly is the security system. The house has a lot of CCTVs which you can just monitor your house from your phone. That's all for me.
With contingency budget in our contingency amount in our budget so that we can avoid the changes in future event. Lastly, we also use communication tools like Google Meet and WhatsApp to communicate with each other and discuss this project.
We've made some research on similar projects that has been done before. Next is the brainstorming session. We've analyzed together on potential risks that we might have to face while making this project. Lastly, we also made some contingency plans so we can avoid risks that we might have no control over.
The benefits of smart house is renewable energy utilization such as solar panels. Secondly, our house has an automation system that can ensure energy efficiency.
Lastly, we associate our smart house with SDG 12, which is responsible consumption and production. The benefits of our smart house to the community include the eco-friendly materials. For instance, we use clay bricks for the walls because they are an energy efficient material.
Dengan rumah moden yang kita rancangkan, ada pandangan mana yang lebih baik? Rumah yang kalau kita tahu rumah kampung kadang kan dengan tampung gunakan kipas dan sebagainya lebih sejuk, dan sebab itu bentuknya dan sebagainya. Tapi rumah moden ni dengan tingkapnya apa semua, wall glass dan sebagainya, kita terpaksa pasang aircon pula. Dan bila pasang aircon tu dah nak kena solar lagi. Solar tu cost. So kalau kita bandingkan dua rumah tradisional dengan rumah yang moden, pada pandangan pasukan yang memenuhi ciri-ciri yang kita katakan sebagai rumah pintar.
Macam kita orang punya model, sebenarnya kita orang dah gabungkan dengan rumah kampung, ciri-ciri rumah kampung and make it a smart house. Macam rumah kampung kan selalu ada tiang dekat bawah tu. Misalnya kalau ada natural disaster macam banjir, dia tak akan efek kita punya tingkat living tu. Dia tak masuklah, tak banjir. Jadi dia boleh elak basahkan kita punya semua electronics yang ada dekat rumah ni.